New at 11, it's not often we get to tell you a positive story involving guns and young people, but shooting has changed a North Liberty teen's life in a very good way. 17-year-old Sydney Carson recently won the gold medal for women's skeet shooting at an international competition in Germany. And she's not stopping there. News Center 16's Barbara Harrington caught up with Sydney today and joins us now from the newsroom. And Barbara, how did she get involved in skeet shooting of all sports?
Well, you know, Terry, she has her dad to thank for that. He's always been an avid outdoorsman, taking Sydney with him into the woods when she was just 4 years old. So when someone mentioned a youth skeet shooting team in Kosciuszko County, well, they figured they'd give it a shot. But they never dreamed it would lead to this.
In a sport that used to be dominated by men.
You know, you get she's a girl.
This 17-year-old pistol is shooting for the top.
I can do just as well as any other guy out here and do better than them sometimes.
And she has the hardware to prove it.
These two are important ones, my favorites so far.
Sydney Carson recently took home the women's skeet gold medal in the Junior Cup.
Being able to shoot for my country was my main goal and do well, and then winning gold was, crazy to me.
Especially crazy when you consider where she started 5 years ago.
We put her on the easiest target on the course, and she probably shot at it 40 times and never hit it. She was crying. She even had a little snot running out of her nose. And she finally hit one, and she said, "That's good, I'm done." But you know what? She came back the next day, and she's pursued it for 5 years.
Sydney's persistence was pretty clear to me because she and her dad insisted I give it a shot.
Pull.
I quickly learned skeet shooting isn't simple.
Not too bad, right?
Apparently, if you're going to go for the gold, it takes a whole lot of practice. Several hours a day, 5 days a week for Sydney. But it's all worth it to Sydney because she has her eyes set on some even bigger targets.
Being on the team now and getting to shoot for my country, I want to do well and when I go overseas and just always do my best. That's my goal.
And who knows years from now? Of course, the Olympics would be on her goal list or bucket list, but that's a lot of work to get there.
Of course, Dad thinks she has a shot.
She's worked hard for this. She deserves it.
Well, Sydney has another big competition coming up. She'll travel to Spain in September to compete in the World Championships. Her goal, like she said, is always to just represent her country well and do her best. And she certainly is doing her best out there.
And I must say, Barbara, you handled that shotgun quite well.
Oh my gosh, you did not see the bloopers, Terry. It was bad before that.
At least you didn't hit the camera. That's the most important thing. Now, how exactly do you win a skeet shooting competition?
You know, that was a question I had myself. I didn't know a lot about the sport, but apparently there are 25 targets in a round, and the goal is to hit all 25, but that's very difficult to do. And the hardest part isn't actually the skill of shooting. I'm told it's the mental aspect, not knowing when those targets are going to come out or where they'll end up.
And obviously Sydney's pretty tough mentally out there.
Oh, yes. I think her nickname is Sid Vicious is what they call her, and she has earned that well.
Sid Vicious, going back to the 80s and the punk rock movement. You're dating me here. All right, Babs, thanks a lot.